learn to ignore these tracks, or just as good, to check them very briefly with his nose and then continue on his way. When you lay your track in conflict with old prints and cross tracks, the dog will begin learning to very deliberately disregard what his eyes tell him in favor of what his nose is saying.
When you're teaching the dog to solve problems on the track, one of the easiest forms of a problem is a step over or a step off on the track. When you're laying this, you do your track in a straight line, and then you take a step to the side, either left or right, but forward. So in other words, approximately the same distance forward as you would have been going on your regular straight line track, but just to the side. And so that the dog has to actually think about changing his line of direction and giving a lots of track indication and doing that, and learning that perhaps it doesn't, another way of teaching them that perhaps it doesn't just go in a straight line.
For the purposes of explanation, we will refer to the leg before the step over as the entry leg and the leg after as the exit leg. In an ideal performance, the dog shows us unmistakably when he reaches the end of the entry leg. He stops nearly dead, checks about himself carefully until he locates the exit leg, and then commits to it and follows it. The other way for the animal to solve the step over is to rush ahead and blunder onto the exit leg, and this is not at all what we desire. Therefore, before you experiment with this kind of challenge, your dog must have established a solid calm and containment and have developed considerable problem-solving ability. In addition, you must begin the animal's introduction to this skill using a modified step over of lesser difficulty. For the first step over attempts, lay the problem like this. At the end of the entry leg, take a diagonal step. This stride should be calculated to place the first footprint of the exit leg 1/2 of a pace out to the side and 1/2 of a pace forward. All the footprints in both legs should be fully baited. The next stage in the progression is to gradually decrease the degree that the footstep is advanced until eventually the first footstep of the exit leg is 90 degrees